All right, welcome back to Shoreshack Adventures. On the last time, our party had come out of the caverns, went to Elmar's house, the wee hours of the morning, with a surviving dwarf. Sadly, his dwarven compatriot did not make it. You found him with his hands decapitated on the cavern floor and eaten by a bug of sorts. After rescuing the dwarf that was alive, you got his full story. Went back to Elmar's house at about 1 a.m. Woke him, or so it seemed he was still awake. Chatted about what you've experienced. In Elmar's position, he said, you are still on to speak with the king, assuming that you were able to save the day, but things are becoming more dire. There is actual risk down there. The immediate need is to fix the shitty issue, or rather the drainage for the town's sewage. He knew of one of the monsters you encountered, but not of the other, the more dangerous ones. So the engineers that are going down to fix the problem need some beef, some muscle. You are all hired on to be that muscle, and in so, becoming an impressive party to the king. True heroes, instead of heroes of just theater. Before going to bed, he gave you a map, a mission, said you had 5 men to come with you. In that you chose 3 engineers to dig the trenches, 1 pikeman, and 1 crossbowman. They will be mobilized sunrise. You all will be gifted the opportunity to sleep in, meeting them at the cavern entrance at noon. And that is where we'll pick up as you sleep amongst the comfy fur rugs, carpets, and beds in Elamar's guest house. Hit the music.
Ten-year-old girl and her mom that bought a...
Welcome to Shoreshack Adventures. With us for a 10-year-old girl and a bunch of NPCs. All right. So you guys wake up. You hear the crows. Not the seagulls, not the roosters. The crows. It is now roughly about 10 a.m. to noon. You can feel the heat seeping through the windows. The coastal town you're in, the humidity is growing as the sun reaches its peak. You realize you slept in more than you're comfortable with, but necessarily in order to get a full rest. You were allowed such an exercise. You wake up, Xander, you first, looking over a show whose snoring almost feels your appearance or your gaze and wakes up as well. Super is fast asleep, cuddled almost in the position of a vine himself, which is not unfamiliar to the way that you've seen him sleep before. Red Cloud is not with you and has done something with his time in the town. That you're unfamiliar with. Xander shows Super. You all kind of wake up around similar time. Go ahead and let's get some conversation. Let's get some role play. You have a huge mission ahead of you. This is the day. This is the day of adventure. Xander, what is it that you do?
All right, well, Xander's going to wake up, stretch, maybe kind of meditate for a little bit, just try to relax a little bit, pull his lute off, talk to it a little bit, and just wake everybody up to a nice, gentle tune on this lute. So... And wait for everybody else to kind of get fully awake. You know, people can be grumpy in the morning.
Sumpa is not one of those people. He wakes up like right when his eyes open, he just pops out of bed with his arms raised up, and he kind of starts punching the air. He's like, "Yeah, like it's time to fucking take out some some sewer creatures." He's just like super jacked up about it.
Well, then let's go to it. Show, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Well then, gentlemen, we're supposed to meet them at noon. If we've got time, perhaps we can check with Elamar and see if there's a place along the way that we could perhaps get some potions.
We should also ask Elma if he's got any potions for us. Like, hey,
Maybe he can have a couple to spare.
I mean, we're doing the dirty work, literally. We're going into the sewers, so
It is kind of pro bono, too.
that's how I feel.
So, Show, you've got the best relationship with Elamar.
And Sumba also wonders where Red Cloud is. And he thinks longingly for Red Cloud and his amazing beard.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go see if I can find Elamar somewhere around here. Is Elamar around here? Hey, Elamar, where you at?
Oh, hello. Sorry, Elmar is out mobilizing troops or something. He's not with you, but what do you need?
Oh, that's inconvenient. We need some potions. Do you have any potions to spare? We could use some.
Oh. Well, I've got lots of water. Let me look around. You see an old woman who must have worked here for a long time, except she doesn't quite know where everything is. She's shuffling around, opens a crate. Oh, I'm probably not supposed to be in here, but hey, there's a red one. Do you want a red one?
You know what? Are they not labeled?
Let me see. I can't really read. She hands you 4 vials. 2 are clear, and they say on them water. And the other 2 are red, and they say minor health potion.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
Yes. Yes, of course. You are a guest here, right?
Yes, we slept here all night.
Oh, okay. You were the one that Elmar was talking about. This is good. I'm glad you all awoke. He wasn't quite sure when that hour would be. It is about 10:45 in the a.m.
Then we have plenty of time to get there.
He said something about noon, but I can't quite remember. I still have to dust the cabinets.
Good, ma'am. I'll cast prestidigitation on the cabinets and dust them for her. Thank you for your service, ma'am. We appreciate it.
Oh, wow. She starts to blush, and she kind of pushes herself a little forward to you in a provocative manner, except she's about 52. A sexy 52, but definitely a very old age 52 from the medieval time. Not a modern day sexy fox 52.
Right. Well, he'll look at her and go, perhaps later, but right now I have business at hand.
She faints.
And we head for the door.
She faints? Oh, damn it. I had a question to ask her. But all right.
You guys make it to the door. 2 new potions in hand. Who goes ahead and takes those potions?
I'd say Show needs them more than anybody.
Yeah. Because I have healing spells like for myself. Potions should always be last resort, but yeah, like if it comes to it, I can heal myself at least. So
No, I'll hold on to them then, guys.
Did you guys pocket the waters?
You can put them where you put the mask.
Yeah, I'll hold on to the waters too. Two waters, 2 potions.
Correct. All right. So as you guys leave the door, seagulls are buzzing overhead. You're still in a coastal town, very similar to Alabama. This has a different culture about it, though. Instead of business folk and snobs walking around, there's a lot more gruff dwarves. Even the guards are kind of bickering amongst themselves in a very low tone and also low in altitude, as everyone here is much shorter than you've seen in Alabasta. They seem to put up with less shit, if you will, and very justified in the things that they build themselves upon. You're scanning the crowd as you come out. There's a number of different stands. There's a number of different shops selling food, selling rum, selling meat, selling meats dried in a stick. And you see another shop sitting there with a giant wooden board across it. Well, of all the dwarves, you notice this one looks rather familiar. The long red beard and a long hair behind him. You see a dwarf very familiar to you, with his own stand. And on that stand is a piece of wood that you imagine was a wood that he had been carving your entire adventure north to Ironton. You have not seen this dwarf, more or less, since you showed up and ventured into the cavern, but you see him now.
Can we just say Sumpa doesn't see him? He has to go to the bathroom real quick. I got to help my wife get groceries. I'll be right back.
You have to help your wife in the bathroom. Continue.
All right. Hey, Show, is that Red Cloud?
Oh shoot, that's Red Cloud. Hey, Red Cloud, where have you been? Where have you been?
Oh, well, I just decided to go ahead and follow a little dream of mine, and I took over this little stand. I'm gonna try and introduce surfing to the town of Ironton.
Surfing? Like being a surf?
Like a servant?
Like you live on the land but don't own it?
Like a servant?
Like you live on the land but don't own it?
Everything that was just said over the last maybe 15 seconds was kind of muted. I think we had a technical difficulty for the last few seconds.
Oh, never mind. It's good to
I
see
think
you.
I hear
Are
you
you
guys.
still
I
gonna?
hear you
Are you
guys.
still gonna be a part of our roving band of adventurers? You still gonna go? We're about to get into the sewers, where we're gonna deal with a giant pile of poop.
Luckily, the deal I have with the stand is I'm able to just leave it here. It's my stand. I don't have to be behind it. But the less I'm behind my stand, the less money that I can make introducing surfing to everyone. But
So did you finish your board?
I will definitely be able to join you guys in the adventure. I'll just put a little sign up saying I'll be back later. The board is pretty much finished. Yes, it's my display board. It's what
That's totally fine.
I'm using to try and surfing.
Awesome. Now,
Yeah.
while you were doing that, just so you know, we all did almost die.
It's the
but
the redwood. Remember the wood that we had from the. Oh, well, I'm glad you're not dead. That's for sure.
All right. Let's see. Go ahead and mute your speakers as well. We're going to run through mine.
Okay, they're muted.
All right. Sorry for the technical mumbo jumbo. But yeah, as you go up to Red Cloud's stand, he actually had a group of young kids who were kind of pestering and tugging at his coattails, asking him to show him the board. And you interrupted him, kind of going through the whole rigmarole of what the board is. You can tell there's some passion in his eyes. He does like to kill things and dismember people of their arms and their limbs. But more than that, he seems to enjoy whatever the hell this board is. You guys don't know what surfing is, of course. If at all curious, ask him some questions.
Supa comes up. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Were you saying something?
No. Shoot, go ahead.
I thought somebody was saying something. So yeah, Supa comes back. He's like, "Holy moly! Like, talk about a long fucking piss I had over there." Red Cloud, like, "Oh my god!" And he's super excited to see him. They kind of fill him in terms of like what they're doing, or what he's doing here, like with the shop and stuff. He's like, you finally got your store going, and then like I join like the throng of kids that are like, come on, like tell us about the surfboards. And he's like super excited. He's like, what do you do with this thing? And I like kind of looking at it, like tapping it,
Well, hopefully sometime when we finish our adventure. I know I've been gone for some time, but the stress of all the nonsense of the journey, it was just building up and I needed to escape. So here's my little shop. But when we're done with our adventure, I'd love to take you guys on a free surf tour. I'd take you surfing all for free. No money needed. I'll teach you all the surf. You'll probably want to escape the adventure life and live in the ocean afterwards.
Maybe. I might. That sounds awesome.
You ride one wave, you're hooked.
Sounds like a drug of some kind.
A nature drug, the best of all the drugs.
Is it like powered on some sort of like magic or something? What's going on with this?
The power comes from the sea. You float on top of the board and catch the waves from the ocean.
Supa's like imagining swimming in the ocean, and you'd be taking the board and like trying to like catch the wave with it or something.
It seems like you need a net to catch.
Like you lay on it, like the board is underneath your chest, and as you lay there, use your arms to paddle the board into the waves and push yourself up and land to your feet.
So you're like flying on waves on water.
It certainly does feel like flying at times.
Super, you do kind of recognize this in a sense because you've seen dolphins do the same thing. And your eelpout friend also do a very similar thing as he was running like fucking bonkers away from that dragon turtle.
Right. Supa like is really intrigued by the idea.
And I definitely I'm very happy none of you are dead. I know it's dangerous out there, and I guess you could say I had a bit of a midlife crisis and just needed to escape the monotony of all the arm ripping and killing and murdering. I just needed a break.
Well, you find it.
Wait till you meet Flick.
Is Flick good at taking the arms from his victims?
Flick will scare the shit out of you.
I'm excited to meet him.
He's a character, that's for sure.
Well, Red Cloud, if you're gonna come with us, do you need to get your equipment?
Well, I have room here under my stand. I got my bag with me, but as far as the cart and my boar, well, you guys must have the cart.
We left the cart.
So we left the cart in the woods with a strange man. That's about as best I can give you with that. He was some sort of magical woods man from the woods.
And coming back to you, Red Cloud, you realize that the memory comes about you where you left it with the dwarven drunkard in the woods, and you also left him with a damn near endless few gallons of rum.
Of the rum.
And you had left that almost a week and a half back. Him saying he would look after your gear and your horses and your donkeys and all the things that you had left with him. as you rush north to get to this masquerade of sorts.
So all I have with me now is my weapons and my bag and what was in the bag. But everything else is back with the drunk dwarf man.
Correct.
Logical. Very good idea it was to leave all the things with the drunk man. Very happy that was what we did.
It's what we had to do at the time. But if you'd like to go ahead and get dressed, we've got to meet some soldiers at the gate at noon, and it's not far off from now.
Well, why don't you three head on to the gate, and I will be sure to be there at noon.
Super, why don't you stay with Red Cloud and make sure he finds his way to the gate at noon?
Will do.
You've got your rock, we've got our rock. We can keep in touch. But we don't want to unless we have to.
It lasts for 1 day.
Right.
All right, so you guys are going out on the town. Let's say you got about an hour. What do you want to do with your hour of time? There are probably more potions to buy if you'd like to go that route.
Yeah, I'm
Maybe
going to do that.
buy-
I'm going to go ahead and get some potions.
All right. What potions would you like to find?
I'd like to buy some health potions.
All right, those will run about 50 gold apiece.
Alrighty. Well, I'll get a couple. Are those regular? Like those are higher quality than the ones that I got from Elamar, right?
Those should be the same.
Okay.
So it's going to be 10 hit points when you drink them. And as a homebrew rule, you get full health from a health potion. So that'll be 10 hit points. And you can drink it as a bonus action.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'll get a couple of those. I'll go get a couple of those.
All right, go ahead and deduct 100. And then add more health potions to your 4 that you have.
Hey, Dad.
In the shopping, is there anybody else who would like to purchase anything?
Man, I hate to do it. I'm gonna go check on Conan and see if his armor's ready.
All right. You come to the armor shop, and you can see it's quite busy. Conan's is being housed there, fitted for the armor. And you can see he's in some sort of leather getup. It doesn't quite look like armor yet.
Okay.
There's spikes on the shoulders. That's about it. He's a pretty busy guy. It doesn't give you any attention. You can wait some time and get seen. But you just see
I don't want to talk to him. I'll talk to Conan. So.
All right.
I'm just going to come in and see him. You know, I'm not going to do the speak with animals or anything. Just rub his head, let him know I'm still around, and
yeah. When you walk in, you see him perk up, not from sight of seeing you, but from eventually picking up your smell. And as you come in, your hand rubs across the top of his head and into the gouge of his neck, and he gives you one of the nice ones. You know, fully investing into this thing, almost feeling like he knows why you left him there, completely understands. Seems like he's treated very well.
Good. I say, I'll be back later, buddy. We've got one more thing to take care of.
Gives you a big lick on one of your dried scabs.
Lick the blood off. All right, and then I'm going to head back out, and I'm going to head towards the gate. And if I'm there before everybody else, I'm just going to take the loot off and start playing for the people that are around.
All right, go ahead and roll me a 1d4.
1d4?
Oh, yeah.
You threw me off on that.
That sounded like a lot more than a 1d4.
Well, I had to get them out of the bag, man. 3.
Uh-oh. Give yourself 3 gold for playing on the street.
Yeah. I'm rich.
Now the crowd is nothing but men. Mandate.
That's 3 gold more than I had before, which is 3 gold more than I had at all.
Anybody else while you have your time down?
Sorry. Gotta get my dice.
Soompi, I've got all my things ready to go. I won't be able to do any shopping, but if you need to get some supplies, I'm ready to get to the store with you.
Well, unfortunately, not much has changed in terms of my want to spend money over here, so I got nothing to buy myself. I'm good to go.
All right. You guys make your way around town. You see the drunkards from the night before have been swept to the side. A few legs sticking out of trash piles in the walkways between buildings. You make your way to the familiar place, and the familiar sense of shit that you get in your nose as you walk beyond any holes in the ground, ventilation shafts, the paths beneath the ground here in Ironton. There are a few guards sitting here, as well as Elamar himself, with 5 men. They seem a little nervous, but well disciplined. Hello, gentlemen, party of heroes. You look well. You'd make the king proud.
Well met, sir. We are here to fulfill our duties.
A duty it will be indeed. He doesn't laugh.
Love it. Oh.
Is there anything else that I can get you on your journey down?
Could you get us more health potions? We don't have any health potions, or we're running low. And since we're pretty much doing this pro bono, I think health
We're
potions.
gonna need you to supply us with some good old health potions.
Go ahead and roll me a deception check.
Me?
Yep.
8 total.
Super, you are a bad liar, my friend.
I know.
I don't have any health potions, but do know the engineers that I'm sending you with have something that will help you protect against any heat in case it gets a little muggy in there.
What do you mean gets muggy?
Well, I hear there's some lava flows that are going each in which way. Endure elements. Each one of these gentlemen is equipped with, as well as a block in order to pull some cable they also carry with them, in case there's any engineering that needs to be done outside of the mission at hand. They're not much of fighters, but damn it, can they dig. Go ahead and meet. This is Engineer One. And you see a short dwarf, but skinny as a dwarf, not as stocky, with a shovel, saying, "Hello! Can't wait to join your party. We got the mission at hand."
What's his name?
Engineer One. And then with him are 2 other guys. He goes, "All right, welcome. This is Bauer." And you see a crossbowman of a dwarf, a little skinnier, but still got some girth, specifically in his biceps. As he pulls back a string, it doesn't dry fire, it slowly lets it back down, just checking the strength. Hi, you can call me Bowie.
Oh, Bowie.
Yes. This is my friend. Hey, introduce yourself. Oh, hello there. I'm Pikey. How are you all today?
Good. I have one question. I mean, did you
Yes,
become,
anything.
did you become a pikeman because your name is Pikey? I'm just curious on how that might have.
Sheer coincidence.
All right, that's good for me. I was just wondering.
No problem. And you see him with a large pike and a large tower shield, decorated with chainmail armor. Bowie is with studded leather. I think we're waiting on the two other digging folk. And then you just see two dwarves running up. Hi!
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Engineer 2, and this is Engineer T.
Two and T, you say?
Yes, we're the Engineer Brothers.
Well, very good. 2T and 1, it will be easy to remember who you are. And Bowie and Pikey, I think we've got you down pat. So let's get in so we can get this over with. Now, to 1, 2, and T, how fast can you dig to fix these sewers? What kind of time frame are we looking at here?
Well, I think I have to see the mission at hand. And the other one goes, yes, we must see the mission at hand. Oh, of course. Well, one thing you will know is we're 3 times faster than a single one of us engineers. Oh, yes, Engineer 1, you are at least 3 times slower than T2 and 1. And they all start talking amongst themselves. Let's look at the problem first.
All right. We're going to take you straight to where the tubes are misaligned so that you may begin your duty.
Ah. All right. So I'm going to move us over to the map here. Let's go ahead and talk about marching order. You have our engineers, 1, 2, and T, all in yellow. They're rather average. Bulkier folk, as they've been digging most of their lives. You also have a blue individual. He is going to be your pikeman. You have a green individual, who is your bowman, on the south side of your map.
We got you.
Go ahead and look, and we'll discuss what marching order might look like as you go into the caverns.
Cavern entrance right here.
Cavern entrance is on the far right side. And I'll go ahead and move you over there.
Is it there? Nope. Nope. Okay.
The cavern entrance. And you were also gifted a map. I'd recommend that you use the map as best as possible and as accurately as the map might be. This map is a map that will take you down to the shitholes.
All right. Well, the engineers have been down in the sewers before.
Oh, no, we're more contractors. We understand how the sewers work, but it's been a few years since there's been any issue or tissue.
Right.
And then they all start laughing. Walking around, we're not entirely sure, but we can probably give you a guidance about 80% correct on which rights and left to take.
On All right, so I'll go up front if somebody wants to join me. We'll put the dwarves in the middle and the other two in the back.
We much prefer this. We were told that you would be guiding the way.
I can go up front too. It might be best to have Red Cloud up front, though.
I don't mind getting up in the front.
Go ahead and order yourselves here. And exactly how you want to march. Let's pretend the right is the front and the left is the back.
I'll be in the back. I think if Red Cloud said he doesn't mind being in the front, so
No worries. I think I need a good smack from an enemy to get into the game. I mean, the adventure.
Right.
No game, this is life.
It could be kind
All
of
right.
depending on how you want to approach it. I don't know.
All right, so I'm going to go in with my crossbow already in my hand, and ready at that point.
You walk up to the cavern now that you have a marching order. You see the big pile of ruin as an entrance into this with dwarven scribe all over it. You know that Flick would be able to read that dwarven scribe, as might your dwarf. He says, I haven't seen dwarven writing in so many years, being on the sea. As you walk in, you recall that not far from this, there was what creature they call a skag, creeping on the ceiling. The skag, the Soomper, you and Xander came about, looking for the head of that creature that you dropped in the cavern entrance. He was sitting just northeast of the entrance. You don't see him now, but you know he was there. So you have a sense of caution about you. How would you all like to proceed, and in what direction would you like to go?
Where's the map?
All right. Well, I believe, Show, if I'm not mistaken, I believe we went in and went to the right, and that was the direction that we followed initially.
Yeah, I think so. That sounds right to me.
So looking at your map, you realize that's the wrong direction to go.
Okay, well then we need to go to the left.
Yes, left. Why didn't you ask me the first time?
Because you weren't here the last time.
I know. Joke, I say. Joke. I was busy selling surfboards. Well, trying. I haven't sold one yet.
That's all right. We'll have to maybe put on like a performance or something, like a demo to get people excited about your surfboards. But we'll talk about that some other time.
Yes. Blood is on my mind.
All right, so we're still pretty close to the entrance, so let's go forward about, to here.
So as you guys are walking forward, you notice a few rats, and then in your mind, the flood of rats coming out is still fresh.
Oh, yes.
No, there's no flood, and there's no smell or anything like that thus far.
Do you remember the rats?
This is all new to Red Cloud. He doesn't really know what this cavern's about.
Okay, so there is the pond, the pool. All right, so we're just going to keep going this way, and we're going to hug the wall there. And is there something we can see up ahead there? Are those rats or are those carcasses? Or
You notice, those of you who can see more than 90 feet in the darkness, you hear some yip, yip, meow, friendly coyotes that you knew before, or some sort. And they seem to keep distance on you, sitting just beyond what your vision is. Though you know they're there as you move forward.
We'll continue to move forward.
All right, continuing on. There's nothing that really catches your eye tremendously. You open up to a big cavern of what you realize has a left entrance, and that was the entrance where the rats ran upon you in your first delve into this dungeon. The right side has a little pond in it that you remember is crystal clear. Water going very deep. But there's only one exit to this cave. Would you like to continue down?
Yes.
Go ahead and roll me a d20. Red Cloud.
Okay.
The cloud of red.
The reddest of clouds. I rolled a 4.
I guess if you don't know what 4 means, because it's what encounters.
Noted. Would you like to continue?
Yes.
Of course you would.
We must be careful. Remember the text message on the mysterious device that said we could die.
As you move toward where the rats had gotten you before, you do know that now is where the cavern descends. The smell erupts into your nose. It's the same smell of whatever is in the air that made these creatures shrivel. It is a pungent smell. You're all walking without light, is that correct?
Everybody can see in the dark.
I guess technically, yeah, we are walking without light, but yeah, as he pointed out, I think everybody has dark vision.
All right. You spent about 15 minutes into this cabin. Go ahead and have a little discussion about what the hell you're doing. Red Cloud isn't quite sure. He got roped into this thing from selling surfboards, and now he's in a dungeon risking his life. I feel like there needs to be a little bit more story about this.
Red Cloud. So we're bringing the engineers down here because there's 3 shit shafts that don't line up with the shit chutes. They're going to line these chutes with the shit shafts.
So
Because-
we've become employees of the city.
Well, in a sense, we're here to prove that we're heroes so that we can get a meeting with the king.
Right. It's not so much we care about the shit shafts. It's trying to get that meeting with the king. Because there's
So
Yeah.
we fixed the city's problem so the king will understand.
Right.
and the reason we're trying to meet with the king is because there's some strange stuff going on that we learned from the ball. Like there's this one lady who we're not so sure about what her deal is, what she's trying to do. If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, Xander, I believe that's why we're trying to meet the king.
Yeah, because it actually turns out that she might be equal with Julian. Not an underling of him, but more of an equal. So
Right.
it's almost as if there's an Ironton plot and a Southern plot.
Alabast. Right. So, like, they might be working together. There's a whole lot of stuff going on that we're not sure about.
And Julian is not in charge of everything. He works for someone.
So Julian's the puppet.
I don't know about
These-
a puppet, but more like an underling, like a lieutenant or something like that.
When you think about it, just a puppet.
Xander, you and Red Cloud, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Perception or deception?
Perception.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
think you've been lying yet.
I was really good at deception. Oh, snap.
I've rolled a 4 again. To the
Well,
casino after this journey.
that is nothing compared to my 5.
Oh! As you all continue in your conversation, it seems that Red Cloud is genuinely invested in this newfound political web that you've uncovered. And just then, as he moves forward, a creature comes down and attacks him and attempts to grapple. Roll a strength check, Red Cloud, because I think he fails. You hear as you did before, and the antennas and tubulars seem to stretch out of this thing that's coming from the ceiling as the ceiling gets closer to the ground and attempts to grapple Red Cloud. He is stuck for a second, still looking at you, Xander, as he's mid-conversation, but the back of him is pulling back. His eyes grow wide and thinks, what do you think?
I rolled a 9. I don't know what's happening, but I'm trying to get out of it.
You can see this giant creature with these jaws going and slop just spewing on the back of Red Cloud. Him still eye contact with you, hasn't even tried to turn around.
What's happening?
Shakes his shoulders, breaks free of this tentacle that's wrapped around him, turns back. Roll initiative, gentlemen.
Ah,
Not too
where is
good.
it at?
10 total for me.
9.
I
Let me
need a
see.
pen for this. All right,
There it is.
Super. Get a 10. Red Cloud, 9.
Total 12.
12.
Total.
Xander 14.
I'm muted. That'd be a 1 for me.
Woo! All right, with a 1, you get
Bat and
shafted
clean
in the
up.
first round. So, you can prepare any spells that you might want on that first round. But this creature goes ahead and gives you a roll, Red Cloud, and attacks with all of his might. And I feel like I need this on a different screen that you are not looking on, because that would be incredibly beneficial to you.
I have become psychic.
You understand exactly what happens.
I see the future.
Now, I want to be able to roll these on roll 20.
Like currently, I'm still being grappled, right?
It was an unsuccessful grapple, but he does roll a 15 and a 22 for his attacks.
The 15 equals my armor, and the 22 is over. 15.
All right, so he hits on both. As these tentacles go slashing about you, it starts ripping and tugging at pieces of your armor and tugs on your shoulder in just a way that it jostles your joint. And you can feel it tear. And then he comes down on your back and bites the back of your head. Not with big jaws, but just enough that it pierces through your helmet and gives you a little jolt. You're taking 18 points of damage.
Good God.
Red Cloud, as this happens, you look at Xander. Xander pulls whatever weapon he has out and looks full of initiative. Xander, what is it that you do? Red Cloud, you are on deck.
All right, Xander is going to make his way over to a good distance, back up from it so it's not like right on top of him.
Yes.
He's going to take a shot with his crossbow at a 22.
Ooh, that is a hit. For sure.
And his damage would be 9.
So as the bow goes, you see Red Cloud in grasp. Red Cloud just over his shoulder. The crossbow bolt. And you can hear the thud. And you can feel the thud. As suddenly the grip around you kind of lessens. And this creature gets punctured. Blood skewing over your shoulder. Blue blood dripping down as you look down. Getting ready for combat. How much damage is that? 8?
That was 9.
Ooh.
Is it my turn?
Red Cloud?
So as I feel the thud, my reaction, did I also see Xander fire the bow?
You did.
So as
And
I
you
feel,
thought he was firing at you almost. And you felt the wind. through
So-
your ears.
I feel the thud. As I feel the grip lessen, my reaction is to take my free hand, which is because I'm dominant left, so my axe is in my left. I take my free hand and I reach behind my back to get a good grip on this thing. As I scream it, "Thank you, Xander!" And I grab the thing and I use all my strength to bring it in front of me. So the creature to bring it down in front of me, and then as with my axe hand, just right into him.
All right, roll a strength roll. First off, go ahead and strength roll. Pure strength roll.
16 and 4.
Oh, with your might, you grab him and you see him fall in front of you. You see a creature with 18 legs that are really small, almost a foot long, that are more like claws than legs themselves. And they're all flaring in front of you. The tentacles are reaching out, almost still grabbing your back, but lose grip. You can feel the slime come across you. You grab your axe, you lift up and swing down. Give me an attack roll.
18.
And you smash him as that axe pierces right down his gullet. Roll damage.
But do I get to finish mine?
Oh, yes. Tell me what you're doing as this is all happening.
Okay, so as this is happening, as my bonus action, I'm using Vicious Mockery. So I'll just look at it and say, "Your mother takes up more tiles than a gelatinous cube." And that would be a... Let's see. That does... Where is my... I gotta see if it gets a save on that, I believe.
It looks up at you, confused, and rolls a 3 on whatever the fuck save it was, so he obviously failed.
So Wisdom 7. So he takes 4 points of damage from that.
All right. Super. As you're seeing this creature lunge forward, you have a lot of engineers in your way. And you're jumping up, trying to look, see what it is that's happening. Luckily, they're dwarves. And as you jump over them, the little feathers on their helmets, you're able to see in between that and realize that Red Cloud is in combat, physical combat, directly punching or axing some creature that's directly in front of you.
Right.
What is it that you are doing? Show you are next.
Am I able to move through the dwarves? I think I would be able to, right?
You can roll a dexterity check and go ahead and attempt. You'll have to make higher than a 12.
Okay.
You'll move at half speed.
Oh,
It's really good.
oh, nice. It's not 20, actually. Woo.
You don't go through the dwarves. You jump up in like a full spry, like super, and you flying squirrel without transforming or anything. on top of one of the dwarves, bounce off of his head, and what do?
I like do like a backflip, and then I try I land I guess it would be. Can I ping? Yeah, like there, and then I try to run over here, I guess, just to see make some space or whatever.
Yeah, with your 20, you're able to shift through, jump off of the rock, jump off the back of Red Cloud without putting any effort, and then you are able to make it over here, no problem.
Okay, cool. And then I pick up some magic stones. Well, some stones, the cantrip that I have. And I do magic stone because I'm assuming there's some stones around here that I can pick up. It's a cave.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. So I pick some up and I say, "Screw you, slug." That's the best I can come up with right now. Sorry. And then I throw one at him. And
luckily, it's not a vicious mockery. And you hit.
Yeah, 24 total. So then that's 1d6 plus 4. 5 total damage.
All right. Shoretatu, you also are behind a number of dwarves, but you have a clear vantage point with your height over their feathered heads. You see this whole thing. You see the acrobatics of Super. You see Red Cloud shove a axe through this creature and then suddenly become to stiffen himself.
Okay. Well, seeing as how I can see over these guys, and because I don't want to fumble and fall over and time is of the essence, I'm going to just go ahead and fire an Eldritch Blast over the tops of their heads at this creature right in front of me.
The engineers drop to the ground as this thing flies overhead. I see a blade ward.
Oops.
And you smash. As this creature has an axe within its gut, getting fried by you, getting stoned to death. You can swear to see a panic on its face. Whatever the hell that means for a bug-type creature. Anything else you would like to do with the bonus action?
No, that's it.
All right. The pikeman, go ahead.
Come on, Pikey.
Gets a hit. And the pike goes, it just pokes right into the hard shell of the creature. His pike is incredibly sharp and long. And he lets you all know that. As he does a considerable amount of damage to this creature. The crossbowman, attempting to load his bow, goes ahead and shoots his crossbow. Striking the ground right next to him, possibly, unless that was a 1, and it was. Red Cloud. Suddenly, a searing pain comes through your foot. You look down, and there's a crossbow bolt right through your foot. Sheared off of the skeleton of this creature and jeered into your foot. You go ahead and take 3 points of damage. Or 4 points of damage. And there's a crossbow bolt sticking your foot to the ground. This creature begins to get up. His back feet come up under him. His front feet still forward. Lunge right at you. Gives you 2 strikes. A 17 and a 15 to hit, and I believe both of those hit.
Mm-hmm.
You go ahead and take 5 points of damage and 6 points of damage, and roll a Constitution save.
15.
You begin to shake off what you can feel is poison just gushing into your open wounds from the drool of this creature. He's going to go ahead and crawl up the wall behind you. Takes an opportunity attack, if you will. He's actually on another creature. Takes an opportunity attack from you. Go ahead and roll an attack since you're not paralyzed.
Ten and 14.
Go ahead and roll damage. As he's running away, you can feel the damage you're taking. You can feel the blood begin to pour down you. What do you say as you strike?
As I take my axe and swing at this godforsaken creature, I just say, "You son of a bitch, die!" And I hit it, and I 6 plus
damage.
Yeah, man, I'm getting sixes when I roll on Google.
As you go in, he's running so fast. The axe blade that you've recently sharpened just, as blood just pools, he begins to crawl up. Eventually, letting go and falling back down to the ground in front of you. Xander, it is your turn. Red Cloud, you're on deck. You are decapitating this fucking bug, which you recognize is the same bug that was stalking you before.
So is it dead?
It's on the ground, bleeding.
It's on the ground bleeding.
You can't
All
tell it's dead. You can run up with a medicine check if you'd like.
No. I'm going to walk right here.
Okay.
Going to set my hand onto Red Cloud's shoulder and cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level.
Go ahead and roll.
And you're going to feel 17 hit points just flow back into your body.
Oh, God, I feel just better. Thank you.
Yeah, and that's
The
just
adrenaline
one
that-
touch.
The, the adrenaline that you were experiencing suddenly feels wholesome and not as facade as adrenaline did, which we're accustomed to.
And then he's going to look over at the slug thing laying on the ground and use Vicious Mockery again and say, "You're the reason baby gnomes cry." And he has to make a Wisdom 15 if he's still alive.
Of another 3.
And he will take 2 points of Vicious Mockery damage.
Just then, as you say that, he goes, and Red Cloud, it is now your turn as this creature is screeching in a puddle of clear water in front of you. You can see the clouds of blue blood expunging into the puddle itself.
So I look down at my foot and I notice the crossbow bolt still in there.
Yes.
And I look around frantically and can I see like a stick on the ground or like something like wood, like of nature of some sort?
Find rock.
Only rock.
Only rock.
Well, I bend down and I break off top of the bolt, the wood bolt,
Yep.
and I'm taking the wood and I look it out at my party. I'm like, this is gonna hurt. And I take the wood and I put it in my teeth. And I'm biting down, and I lift my foot up slowly just because I know the bolt. I just look it through, and I get to just pull it all the way out. I go, God, and then I take the bolt, and the thing is still screaming.
Yes.
And I take a knee, and I just start stabbing the thing over and over again until it shuts up. Because I'm in a hell of a lot of pain with the hole in my foot.
All right, go ahead and roll an attack roll. Straight 20. Add your 6, I believe.
Yeah, 13.
You hit. How do you want to do this?
Well, you.
Where?
Just like you just said.
Yeah. I'm just stabbing the absolute shit out of this thing. Like wherever the E is coming out, that's where I'm hitting.
You're every time you strike, and eventually, Oh. Oh. Blood leaking from your foot. Go ahead and take 1 point of damage from the crossbow bolt.
And as a bonus action, once per long rest, I'm going to do the second wind so I can heal myself a bit. So I roll
Red.
1d10 plus 1.
Red, 1d10.
Yes.
So 12. This is 10.
Well,
Go ahead.
yeah, 8 and 1, so 9. I get 9 HP.
Go ahead. Heal yourself.
Okay.
My cure wounds wasn't good enough for you. Let's see if that happens again.
I'm a rather big dwarf. A lot of HP, I guess.
Well, I have to buy you an IPA.
So this combat seems to wrap up. Is there anything you guys would like to do prior to heading further into this contraption? Super. What do you think of the whole ordeal? Joe, how is it that you're carrying yourself?
You know, this thing is like a cavern crawler and more like a cavern cleaner. So maybe there's something in its stomach. Maybe.
Wouldn't hurt to check.
I mean, you're the nature guy. I mean, you'd know where the stomach is better than I would. So if you'd like to check.
I mean, I wasn't really that interested in checking the contents of a slug's stomach.
But it is a really good idea, right?
I mean, does somebody have a knife? I don't have I can't actually even touch.
I'll produce a knife for him. Here you go. Great idea, Super.
This kind of goes against my beliefs. Not really, I guess. I mean, it's a spirit.
Super. Think about it. There might be gold in his stomach. If he's been swallowing dwarves, there may be gold in there.
Super, he can't resist such a temptation. So, am I allowed to hold the knife? I guess it doesn't have a metal hilt, though, right?
I think you can do what you want according to your dwarf or your.
I mean, you can cut a steak or something. You can hold a knife. You can hold utensils.
You can do what you want according to your druidic oath. You tell me how you want to play it, and it might have some effect in your future.
I mean, I guess in this case, driven by the prospect for gold, he would do it anyway.
So you grab a hold of this hilt.
Right. And I'm yeah.
Scroll, his guts fly open. The lust in your eyes for the potential of gold makes you make a very accurate cut. Its guts spill into the water and seem to get absorbed by the land itself that's holding this water. You can see the purple oozes kind of getting sucked into the earth. As his heart starts to beat and then just gives. Give me a D100 roll.
D100. Okay. Uh, 9 actually.
Give me another D100 roll.
All right. 38.
You find yourself a very mucky, purple, short bow in its gullet.
Oh. So.
And a hand.
Oh. I inspect the hand and I'm like, anybody recognize this?
You aim it up.
Yeah, like
Very Cloud, you recognize it as a dwarven hand.
It is the hand of my people. I recognize those hands anywhere. They're from the dwarfs.
They're kind of a little bigger than yours and a little smaller than mine, so they kind of put you in the dwarf category.
Did anybody else notice how like the slug's blood was getting like sucked into that water pool? I found that very strange.
I
To
mean,
be honest,
maybe
it
it's
scared me a bit.
I mean, like sucked in, or was it merely just fading in with the water? I mean,
I don't know. Can I inspect the pool and just see like is it super deep or what's the deal there?
Give me an interrogation check.
Interrogation?
Yeah.
All right. Interrogating the pool of water. What are you doing, pool? Here, 1 second. Investigation or
Yeah, that one.
okay. 8 total.
It's going somewhere. What you can tell is the water itself is not stagnant in this pool. The water is flowing, though it seems to be flowing through rocks. Where it goes, what it means, how it's doing it, the nature of which you cannot decipher.
gotcha.
But there's less dilution going into the pool than you would expect.
Can I just like taste the water, see if it tastes like salt water?
Put your mouth into it.
I'm putting my mouth. No, I like stick my finger and like just a little bit. I don't know what, just to test the taste. Like
It tastes very salty and very purple.
interesting purple flavor. And so I'm like, I think this might be ocean water, guys. I think like these used to be like
Caverns, like
yeah, right,
like watersheds, or
right. Yeah, thank you. That I think so. I don't know. I'm not sure what that means, but I don't know. Something to know, I guess. At least might come in handy later.
so the bow that Super pulled out. Is it just covered in purple blood, or is it actually a purple bow?
Give me investigation. Let's just go ahead and you spend about 5 to 6 minutes. You scrape it off, and a lot of the purple comes off, but it is also purple stained of some sort.
Okay. Okay. I mean, I can clean it off in the water or whatever. So, all right. Any markings or anything on it?
Not at all.
Okay, so it's probably just a normal old bow. Show, do you use a bow?
No, not really. I'll take it and sell it or something if nobody else wants it. But I think we should keep moving because time is still of the essence in this meeting with the king, isn't it?
It is true. But I'll strap it across my back because, in case something happens to my crossbow, I've got something else to go with.
All right, perfect.
All right.
So you guys end up making your way. The cavern ceiling begins to get a lot lower. You then begin to reminisce of a place ahead where the cavern ceiling gets to about 4 feet. You're not there yet, but you can prepare for it if at all you'd like. You begin to walk down the cavern. This is the area where the rats ran by you, crawled up your legs, and begin to bite you. No, it's not happening now. Walking forward, is there anything you'd like to do?
I say keep forging forward.
You come down to a point in which I don't have NPCs for you, but you realize you are in a place of the cavern opens up. Looking ahead, it opens up quite drastically. Looking at your map, it doesn't actually match your map. It seems like there's caverns that are new, caverns that are different from what your map was prior. But all in all, seems almost about the same. It says that the crap holes in the floor are right ahead.
And that's like our mission, right? We don't really necessarily need to go further.
Right. This is the engineers to fix.
Let's say, like, all right, boys, you know what you're here for?
Assess the problem and let us know how long this is going to take.
1, 2, 3, let's go.
You guys walk forward. Go ahead and roll me a d20.
All of us?
14.
We have a 14. You begin to walk up to the crap holes. You see the crap holes on the floor. Walking closer to them, you realize the crap has been building up, slowly sliding into these holes. The smell begins to pierce your nose. Doesn't seem like there's any combat potential currently. The engineers are quickly assessing the situation. Oh, there's been a shift. There's been a shift in the ground below or the ground above. Which way? How do we determine which one it is? Should we just fix the problem? Should we just dig a bigger hole? If we dig a bigger hole, the crap will fall in, it will slide in, and we'd be okay. Oh, there's heat. There's heat coming from underneath in these holes. Oh, if I look down, it seems to go a long ways. There seems to be light down there. What shall we do?
So which ones exactly are the holes? Is it these?
It's the big ones. So you have this one, you have this one, and you have this one. The other holes are holes in the ground that seem to go down, but there is no crack chute tied to them.
I mean, I don't know. Like, you guys are the engineers. I feel like whatever would... Are they both just as efficient as the other? Both methods?
It would seem so.
Well, which one's quicker?
Give me an intelligence roll, Super. They seem to have an idea that they want to expand the holes beneath. That's their plan. If you have a better plan that might take less time, it would be beneficial. But they immediately get to expanding the holes on the ground.
Yeah, I rolled a 12, but I was like, whatever's quicker is the one that we should be doing, I think. Although,
So
yeah,
all these other ones are holes that are new. Or they're holes that don't line up with the chutes above.
The holes that don't line up with any chutes above, they are wider than they were the last time we were here, but not by much. Based on the roll of Super's intelligence.
All right. Well, we should probably form up ranks. Keep a lookout while these guys do this. I have the ability to move Earth magically, so I think that I should lend them my assistance. I think it could probably speed it up if they're going to be widening these holes. Meanwhile, people should figure out where they should go. Probably some
I'll move over to here.
looking upward, northward there. Some looking back where we came from.
So each engineer gets to work. It's safe to say, show with your abilities. Go ahead and roll a 1d4.
Alrighty.
See how many rounds you can shave off of the total roll that they're going to need.
3.
3. Nice work. They begin shoveling shit into the holes, which is not something that you can assist with. But they're shoveling shit nonetheless, and this is shit that needs to be shoveled. They're dumping it into the holes here, and you smell this loud smell come out that just fills your nostrils of charred shit. It's a good way to waste shit. It's a good way to disintegrate it, but charred shit nonetheless. We're going to take a quick 5-minute break, take a bathroom break, and then we will come back and get to the strategy of how to char shit the best.
All right.
So I've got to get done here pretty soon. So I've got a flight tomorrow at 5:30, and I still have to pack, and so I'm not sure how that can work out with everybody else and keeping on going, but I just want to throw that out there.
I'm sorry, what was that? You have a flight at 5:30?
I've got a flight at like 5 in the morning, 5:30. Yeah. So, and I haven't packed yet, so I gotta call it probably in the next 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, that's cool. We'll figure it out.
If we can figure out a way that I can like dip out or something, if you guys want to keep going, I'm cool with that. Or obviously, if anybody wants to.
Well, I mean, we're down here, so if we're down here and we get ourselves set up and just stop at this point, I'm cool with that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd rather not go on without everybody here. So.
Yeah,
from what I understand, I was talking to Mike about it earlier. We can royally fuck ourselves if we don't pay attention to what's going on.
Right.
Oh, hello. I mean, it's a very serious battle, and we got to be careful.
But where are you going, by the way, Andy? I'm just curious.
I'm going to Baja, California.
Oh, man.
There's a wedding down there. Yeah.
Oh,
really
very cool.
Yeah, warm up a little bit. It's Minnesota winter. It's been a Minnesota winter.
Right. It's finally started heating up around here, so I'm sure it's going to be something. Okay.
Hey, Mike, is there a volume on the lava flow on the map?
Oh,
whatever the sound is on the map.
You want to go down?
Really close to lava, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
So it seems like the consensus is we're going to get situated with everything that's happening currently, to kind of get battle ready, and then probably talk for a little while, but kind of call it here because Show has to catch a plane. Not Andy. Show's getting on a plane. Andy's not catching a plane. He's going to Eldritch blast the captain if he doesn't get there in time.
Andy, question for you. What would you like your character to do in the next 9 hours that these players are going to have to roll for? Is there anything you would like to assist with in that time outside of combat?
I think we're just going to wait. So I mean, like get everybody situated, and then pick it back up.
All right.
You're muted, Andy.
Oh shit. Yeah. Yeah, that seems to be the consensus. But obviously, my plan was also to mold Earth once it came time to widen the holes.
Yep.
And obviously, if a battle were to break out and people were getting hurt, I was going to start distributing potions, probably, right away. Since Red Cloud and Xander are in the front lines, I probably want to give them a potion right away. I can do that shortly.
Go ahead and give those guys potions now. Give yourself a health potion, Xander. Give yourself a health potion.
I don't want one. I'll refuse it.
Okay.
Alrighty. Well, let's see. I'll just give Red Cloud can just take 2 of them then, because I have a lot.
Thank you very much, Joe.
Uh-huh. And yeah, so distribute health potions, and then just fire away with Eldritch Blast to poke at enemies that were bothering. And if things get serious, shatter. And if things get really serious, put myself in harm's way and use Hellish Rebuke. But that's only as a very last measure.
Gotcha. Okay, so as the engineers begin to come about, they suspect, with your help, Show, that it would take them about 6 to 7 hours to accomplish the task at hand. It'll be a noisy task. And in a cave, there will be grand amount of potential creatures that might come your way. To this point that you set up your defenses, you set up your positions.
Hold on. I've got all the trap supplies from Sullivan. So maybe I can set up a trap?
Go ahead and try. What kind of trap would you like to set up, and where would you like to set it up? Show. That being said, how long do you have? You have a few minutes?
Yeah, I can hang out for like another 20, like until 9 my time probably. I just want to start, just move things that way.
Perfecto mundo.
All right, so up in here, I want to lay a tripwire with one of the fire traps across right here.
All right, go ahead and draw me a little red line where you want to firewire. All right, so you're going to go that far north, huh? Understood. Go ahead and roll me a survival check to implement that trap. You have to get over a 12 in order to.
I got you. I've been rolling really crappy. All right, it's not survival. It's there it is. Okay. Come on, you. Okay, 20, 16 plus 4.
Well, my God, man, you have implemented it. Describe the trap. Just describe how it should behave.
All right, so I'm going to lay a line across. I'm going to have to zigzag this line. So I'm going to have to zig it from across the top. This is a short span, right? Is this a 4-footer?
This is coming to the 4-foot area, so it's about 4 to 10 feet beyond where it's the 4-foot cavern. And this is about when it opens up to about 8 feet.
All right, wow.
If you wanted to go to the 4-foot cavern, it's going to be a much broader space.
All right, so this is where I'm talking about right here.
Yep.
I'm going to lay a trap across here, splitting the distance between floor and ceiling.
Okay.
So if it's 4.5, right above the 2-foot mark, I'm going to lay the trip line.
So it's going to be about 7 feet. So it's about a 3.5-foot one.
Okay. I mean,
you see about right here is where it gets about 4 feet.
Okay. Well, then I'll try to push it up to where it's a 4-foot.
Okay.
So it's more like a 2-foot line.
Sure. Okay. Tell me about how that works. Tell me about the trap.
All right. So I will connect it from wall to wall and bring it back around to the fire trap that he had. Fire trap probably wouldn't be good. What else did he have?
So he has a potion of arcane fire or something of that nature. You can trigger and set with your roll. You can trigger it to a tripwire might expunge or shatter that, which would cause an explosion.
Okay, so the freehand here. All right, so we got a tripwire going across, and I'll have it basically pulling back into here, and I will connect that the arcane fire here so that if the tripwires hit, it'll pull that jar, shatter it on the floor. Even in this area, at least it's a warning that we've got something coming.
Sure. So as you move up there, it opens up considerably. You have a fair way to stretch it across, but let's say you can stretch it across about a 6-foot height instead of a 4-foot height.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me give you a little bit of a view here of kind of the cavern.
Well, that's new.
That's 100% new.
Liquid hot magma.
Hey guys, it's gonna get hot in here. So I'll just kind of holler back over to, hey, Show, you want to come take a look at this?
Go ahead and roll me a d20.
Roll you a d20.
Yes, sir, Xander, sir.
10.
I like the Austin Powers reference, by the way.
Of course.
I was just listening to the theme song for Austin Powers is fucking great. It's a fun song.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh yeah.
Dun,
It's
dun,
a good
dun,
song.
All right. Show you're able to come up and you see the hot magma. Hot magma. And you go ahead and make yourselves accustomed to whatever the hell this is. And you can see right next to him. How would you like to set this trap up? Just tell me where it extends from. The trap works no matter how you set it up because you're a beautiful roll. But you only have so much wire, and I would say you get about maybe 25 feet total.
Right. How about between just going in line with where Show and I
Yeah,
where we're at. Yeah, like going across right here.
Beautiful.
Just enough to trigger that if something comes through.
Super. You get a ring on your phone while those gentlemen are up north.
I get a ring on what?
Your phone.
Your rock phone.
Your rock phone. Check your rock.
Oh, Mike. Roger. You got super.
Hello, this is Elmar.
Oh, hi, Elmar.
I've done some research while you were down there. I've gone to the Wizard's Tower of Ironton, and it is safe to say that the snail that you depicted was identified.
Oh, what is that's good? What about the snail? I guess what they find out.
Well, shit. It's supposed to live amongst the hot ocean springs. It is safe to say if you see any hot pools of salt water down there, collect a sample and bring them back.
Oh,
of course, without expunging any ailments to the men of Ironton you are guarding. If it comes about, collect them.
yeah, absolutely. We came across some salt water. I don't know if it was warm or not. Can I recollect if it was warm or not?
It was warm.
Oh, thanks, Elma. I didn't know that. Good to know. All right. Yeah, well, Fatsa, I'll definitely get you a sample on the way out. We're still doing some shit work down here. We will report back when there is more to report, but the engineers are at work as we speak.
Aye, aye. Any shells you come across will be highly valuable. We'll split the cost. That's for damn sure.
We'll negotiate about the costs, but understood.
Negotiation we will. Bring back the men alive and you'll have some girth to negotiate upon.
Fair enough. We'll treat them as our own.
The king would be pleased to see that amongst a fortune potentially in your grasps. The stone ends, whatever that might look like to you. Roll a d20. Anybody. Whoever's first.
15.
15!
Insta death.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
fuck.
cave collapses.
You feel a shake amongst the cavern around you. It begins to subside. There's no notice in the magma for those who can see the magma. You guys come back to camp. That is where we will call it. Tonight is the end of tonight. Welcome to the cavern of the engineer shit.
Da, 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 da.
Engineer
All right.
1 says, "Oh no!" Engineer 2 says, "Not you too!" Engineer T says, "I'd like some tea." And that is where we will end the episode.
Yay! Oh, one thing I wanted to show people before we get going is this thing I made. So I got this Lego set for Christmas.
Jeez.
Check it out. You do this thing, and then Mario moves.
Oh,
How cool is that?
that is fucking really cool.
No shit, that's actually like real life.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, huh?
That's
Nice.
so neat what you
Do,
can
do,
do.
do, do, do. All right, so I'm going to end it. So, you want to say anything, Mike?
You've gone into the shithole. You're there now. There's shit around you. It's boiling.
Oh.
What will happen next?
Boiling poop.
Don't fall in.
I'm just kind of curious on the chemistry of that.
Or tune in next time.
Shoreshack Adventures.